Okay. For practice this week, I wanted to lean into the physical focus of hip opening and twisting, um, but from the place of creating stability in our roots and through our pelvis. So, stability at the hips in order to concentrate the rinse and rotation of our spine um, into that like mid to upper back area that's typically the stickiest. So I know that physically that's what my body has been craving. And then energetically, I think as we're in this time of spring and transition um, and like things coming back to life, there's a lot of energy around us. I know, especially like in my work world, there's a lot of momentum, um, which is exciting and good. And we need that energy to create and expand and grow. Um, but when we get caught up in that swirliness, as Michelle would say, the swirls, um, it can feel ungrounding. And so for our practice this morning, I want us to lean into that like expansive energy of twisting and rinsing and creating movement through the center, but from this really grounded space. Um, with that, I was also leaning back into like the roots of the yoga practice. And I got this book, I don't know, a while ago and started to open it up. I've just read a few pages of it, but The Path of Yoga. And just at the very beginning, it says introducing yoga, yoga as unitive discipline. From the broadest possible perspective, all the various yoga approaches, and there are many, have the same overall purpose. That purpose is to help the spiritual practitioner transcend the ego personality or lower self so that he or she may realize the higher reality, whether it is conceived as the transcendental self or as the divine god or goddess. They are all designed to lift the individual out of his or her ordinary perception of and relationship to the world. How we perceive things determines how we relate to them, and in turn, how we relate to things feeds back into our perception of them. And just a reminder that there are many ways to approach the practice of yoga. Um, just if we take the physical examples of all the different varieties of even just a vinyasa class that we might find ourselves in, but at the roots, there is this trajectory through all of them towards transcendence, towards um, moving beyond the limitations of the mind and these stories that we get stuck in, or the perceptions that we get stuck in. So let's rinse it out. Some hips and twists this morning. We're going to start in a seated meditation, and then we'll be moving through some seated shapes before we find our flow. So go ahead and find a comfortable seat, whether that's cross-legged or Virasana hero's pose, maybe on a block if that feels supportive. Then take a moment just to close down your eyes and begin to settle into your sits bones. Perhaps you find that tilt of your pelvis forwards and backwards. Just feeling into that sweet spot for your body today that allows your spine to grow a little bit taller. As you root down through your pelvis, and see those roots create a connection to the sturdiness, the steadiness of the earth below, or your support if you're on a block. In that rooted place, feel yourself lengthen and lift to the crown of your head. And travel a breath from root to crown, feeling yourself grow even slightly taller, maybe just even energetically taller. And as you exhale, feel that lengthening continue, but feel a sense of rooting down again. Breathing in to grow tall. And feeling your exhale as that invitation to again return to a sense of grounded rootedness through your pelvis and through your lower body. Let's take a deep inhale through the nose. Fill your lungs up to the top. Again, that sense of buoyancy with your inhale. Maybe an open mouth exhale. Rooting down, feeling that connection to the earth. Take one more cleansing and clearing breath, just like that. An inhale to lengthen and lift. An open mouth exhale to root. As we shift into our Ujjayi pranayama, inhale through your nose, that same fullness, same quality of breath. And this time maintaining the seal of your lips, exhale through your nose. Ujjayi exhale. As you continue to breathe through your nose, your Ujjayi breath, just notice what's showing up for you. The space of your heart that's moving through your mind. Leaning back in your awareness just to observe the habit patterns of thought, feeling, as witnessing thoughts as they travel through. And bringing all attention, all focus back into the sensations of your body. And the connection to the earth, the upward energy towards the sky. As you stay with your Ujjayi breath, you're ready to open your eyes. We're going to start to move into a seated posture, and a little seated progression from your block or from the earth. You can do this on either. Sometimes I think it's a little bit easier directly to the yoga mat. We'll send our legs out long in front of us. And go ahead and bend your right knee and bring the sole of your right foot to the inside of your left leg. Moving to Janushirasana, you might untuck the flesh from beneath your sits bones and then reach up high with a big breath in. Your exhale, dive forward towards your left leg any amount. Flex your left toes towards your body. Maybe allow your head to hang heavy. Just taking one more breath here along the entire back of your body, the back of your left leg, the back of your torso. Maybe extend a little bit longer through your spine with your in-breath. Perhaps you can sink a little bit deeper on your out-breath. From our forward fold, we'll slowly root down, rise up tall. And keep your right knee bent and just rotate your right knee to point to the sky. Step your right foot across your left leg. Take a big backstroke, right fingertips go behind you to help create more length, like a second spine. Then reach your left hand tall and to emphasize the upward energy through your torso, big breath in. On exhale, left elbow hooks to your right thigh and rotate into your twist to be looking over your right shoulder. As you drive down through your sits bones, think about your left elbow not just pressing towards the front of your yoga mat, but think press down to emphasize that lift of heart and crown, and then press towards the front of your yoga mat as a leverage to deepen your twists. That last breath here. As you start to unwind through center, we're going to bend our left heel in towards our seat, moving towards Gomukhasana through the lower body. Now, I know Gomukhasana is pretty sticky, so if this isn't feeling good for your body, especially this early in practice, you could also go cross-legged seat, right shin in front of your left. Maybe using your hands on your legs to help you lift and lengthen. Take an inhale. Think a little bit like a cow spine, so drawing the collarbones wide. And then as you exhale, we're going to Actually tuck and round towards a cat's spine. So tucking through your tailbone, tuck through your chin. Shoulder blades spread as you find that little bit of a lean back. We'll take that twice more. Inhale, think about tipping the bowl of your pelvis forward, cow your spine, untuck your tailbone, puff up through your heart. And exhale, tuck and curl towards your cat spine. In the Gomukhasana, your knees are stacked. And one more time, inhale, lift and lengthen. This might be a really small, just micro movement, that's okay. And then exhale to round. As you rise up, we're gonna unwind our legs and both of your legs long. Moving into second side, right leg stays extended. Bend your left knee and bring your left foot in towards your inner right thigh. Reaching tall, feel your in-breath. Then follow your exhalation to dive forward towards your forward fold. Actively flex your right toes towards your face. Find your initial depth and then take an inhale to add a little bit more length. Think about gently pulling your right thigh bone towards the back of your yoga mat. Your exhale, soften into your shape. As you're ready, you're going to press the earth away. And just like we did on the first side, rotating left knee to the sky, step your left foot across your right thigh. Some of your left fingertips behind you to help you sit up nice and tall. And then reach your right hand to the ceiling. Breathe in to lengthen. And exhale, hook and twist. You can also use your right arm to pull your left thigh towards you. So finding the arm variation that works for you. Perhaps you peek over your left shoulder and then send a big breath into the back of your heart space. Think about collarbones nice and wide as you exhale. One more moment here. Breath in. Feel your low back drawing in to help you grow taller. And exhale to find just the slightest bit of depth. As we slowly unwind, we're moving towards our hip opening here. So either Gomukhasana, bend your right heel in, adjust so that your knees are stacked, or cross-legged seat with left shin in front. We'll lift into our cow spine. Inhale, flare your sits bones back. And then exhale, tuck and curl. And twice with breath. Inhale, open. And exhale, tuck and curl. You can use your hands on your legs to help hold you as you lean back. Final cycle, breath in, draw yourself forward and through. Shoulder blades squeeze towards each other. Then exhale to round, shoulder blades spreading apart. As we rise up through neutral, we're going to unwind through our legs and we'll meet in a tabletop pose, all fours. Just take a moment to kind of find organic movement here, whatever feels true in your body in this moment. And then we'll take one round of cat-cow here, inhaling to lift your heart and tailbone. And exhale, press and round cat pose. So you come back to neutral through your spine, get really solid in your hands. So pushing into the earth, front ribs draw in. Feel your low belly draw in too. We're going to start to donkey kick our right heel up to the sky. Make sure you're keeping the core tucked in. So it doesn't matter how high your right leg goes. You want to feel your low belly strong and feel how that requires more glute activation. So from your donkey kick, you start to butterfly your right knee open towards the right side of the room. Feel your outer right seat light up. Notice if you're leaning to the left, but lean into your right hand so you're even between both hands. And from that butterfly rotation, external rotation open, draw your right knee forward towards your right tricep. Try to keep the upper body super square. And then continuing that circle, right knee goes down to the earth and back up into your donkey kick. Just one time to reverse. Pull your right knee towards your body. Core stays strong. Open your right knee to the right like a fire hydrant. And slowly circle it up and back to your donkey kick. Good. Step your right toes to the back of your yoga mat. Press through your right heel. Take an inhale. And exhale, release back into tabletop. And shifting to second side. Really strong to the front line. Push through your hands. Draw your low belly in. Keeping your low core engaged, donkey kick your left heel to the sky. And feel how core and glute work to strengthen one another. And then start to turn your left knee to the side and try to keep your strength even between your hands. Right hip stacked directly over your right knee. And then from that outer glute engagement, that butterfly action, can you slowly pull your left knee towards your left tricep while keeping your shoulders square? Your left knee go down towards the earth and back into that donkey kick. Re-engage your center. Or reverse, left knee pulls to your chest. Open your left knee to the left like a fire hydrant. And then from your outer glute strength, send it up and back into that donkey kick. Good. Lengthen your left leg, left toes press to the back of your mat. Find a little push through your heel, breath in. Good. Exhale to your tabletop. Now we're going to take that same action, but with our knees hovering in a hovering tabletop. You can always bring your knees back to the earth if that's better for your body. Take an inhale. On exhale, float your knees just a couple inches off the ground. Push into the earth so you feel your front line light up. And then start to donkey kick your right heel up to the sky. Take an inhale. Super slow, externally rotate through your right knee. Start to pull your right knee towards your right tricep. Creating that circle, take it all the way down and around. We'll reverse, pull your right knee towards your chest. Take a breath in. On exhale, open your right knee to the right. And then complete that circle to the donkey kick. Back to your hovering tabletop. Take an inhale. Feel free to drop your knees for a second as you exhale, re-engaging through your core. Knees float again if they lower to the earth. Finding left side donkey, kick your left heel to the ceiling. Big breath in. Take your left knee to the left. Butterfly dog at a fire hydrant and forward towards your left tricep. Down and around. Breath stays flowing. We reverse, left knee to your chest with an inhale. Open it to the side. And super slow from your outer glute strength, take it up and back to the donkey kick. Hovering tabletop. Let your knees go wide, child's pose for a second. Hips to heels, reach long through your fingertips. Deep inhale. And maybe an open mouth exhale. And from here, start to shift forward through tabletop. Then tuck your toes and find your downward facing dog. Give yourself a couple breaths just to feel into your down dog. Be adding in a slow reach of one heel to the earth and then the other. As you wake up to the backs of your legs, think about the energetic extension of the crown of your head to your fingertips while maintaining a strong push through your hands. Feel how that creates length through your cervical spine. And as you untuck your tailbone, send your tailbone up and back so you're breathing extension from crown to tail, from roots to crown. We're going to start to walk forward into a forward fold Uttanasana. Allow your knees to soften, melting to your thighs. Option for ragdoll, just for a breath. Hips might move left to right, opening the backs and outsides of your legs. And as you release your arms, go ahead and keep some of the softness in your knees. Breathe into your halfway lift, Ardha Uttanasana, focusing on that extension from crown to tail, shoulders out of ears. Exhale, forward fold, release. We'll rise all the way to stand with a big breath in. Reach your hands up high, Urdhva Hastasana. As you exhale, keeping your hips square, open arm twist to the right, swing your right hand back and reach your left hand forward. Good. Inhale, both hands stretch tall through center. And exhale, switch hips to square. Rinse it to the left. Left hand reaches back, right hand reaches forward. Breathe in, unwind, reach tall through center, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale to forward fold, dive down. Take a halfway lift as you breathe in. And step your left foot to the back of your yoga mat with your breath out. Bending warrior one, rotate your left heel down towards your 45-degree angle. And root through your legs and rise tall with your inhale. And just pausing here as you exhale, work towards energetically squaring your hips towards the front of your yoga mat. And you create some space between shoulders and ears as you breathe the crown of your head up tall. And exhale will bring hands to heart center. With your inhale, think heart to thumbs. On breath out, we're going to start to lean forward, spiral onto your left tippy toes, and find a prayer twist, left elbow to the outside of your right thigh. Okay, breath in, can you extend from crown to tailbone here? And then as you exhale, think about lifting your left hip high and wide. So there's a tendency when we twist in a lunge for the left hip, the back leg to collapse. So keep your left hip point wide and high. From there, slow motion, bend into your left knee as slow as you can to bring your left knee to the earth, pressing through your right heel so you feel your glutes strong. And once your left knee is lowered, engaging through your core, keep the twist and spread your wings open. We're going to maintain our twist as we find our exalted low crescent lunge. So reversing up and back, deep inhale. The front of your left hip receives space. Keeping the twist as you exhale, bring your left hand to the earth and right hand to the sky. Lift your back knee off the ground. Horizon lunge, turn your toes towards the right. Actively flex your feet. And then think about becoming one plane of energy. So pelvis shifts forward in line with your left hand and left foot. Back of the heart leans back, collarbones wide. Find that rotation of your heart to the sky. Breath in. And exhale as we unwind to face forward through our low lunge. Step back into a downward facing dog. And we're going to walk our feet a little bit closer towards our hands and as wide as our yoga mat. So we're in this wide and short down dog. Now this can be more like a forward fold if you want to walk your feet even closer to your hands. You can bend your knees any amount. Right hand's going to reach across to our left ankle. And as your right hand catches left ankle, relax your head, bend at your right elbow and pull yourself underneath your left armpit. Push the earth away through your left hand and through your feet. Then take an inhale. Think about lengthen from crown to tailbone. Exhale, draw yourself underneath. Switching sides, reach your right hand forward. Left hand reaches across underneath to catch your right ankle. Bend your left elbow and pull yourself around. To relax and release the weight of your head and push energy up through your sitting bones. Strong legs, strong roots. Feel an energetic hug to the midline through your lower body. As you release your left hand forward, walk your feet forward into your forward fold. Once you arrive, inhale to your halfway lift, lengthen. On exhale, step your right foot back, preparing for warrior one. Right heel will rotate down, rooting to your legs. Strong root to rise with your inhale. And exhale, think about that active, energetic squaring of your hips forward. Press energy down through your feet. Take a deeper breath in. And your out breath, arrive your hands to heart center. When you're ready to hinge forward through your torso, spiral into your right tippy toes and square your right hip to the front. Let's power up the right thigh nice and strong. And we want to keep this right hip point buoyant and wide. So we want to avoid collapsing. Now from that squareness, that stability in your pelvis, prayer twist to the left. Maybe right elbow hooking to outer left thigh. And you can use that elbow to thigh connection to extend your spine. So think about dragging your right elbow energetically back towards your left hip to stretch the crown of your head forward. As slowly as you can, we're going to bend our right knee to the earth for 5. Core strong for 4. Lowering slowly from your left glute strength for 3. Almost there with 2. Right knee lowers with 1. Back toes can be tucked or untucked. Deepen your twist. Think about sliding your left shoulder to the wall behind you. Collarbones are wide. Spread your wings open. And then keeping the twist, use your core to inhale to exalt. Sweep your right hand up and back. Feel your right hip flexor stretch open. Now keeping the twist, we're going to bring right hand down to the earth. So you lift your back knee off the ground. Twisted low lunge to the left side of the room. To your horizon lunge, all 10 toes turn with you. Flex your feet. And as you flex your feet, keep your hips lifted. And then think about squaring your hip bones and your shoulders to the wall that you're facing. And you're feeling that lift into that hip opening, pigeon-like stretch through your left side. Take an inhale. And exhale, unravel to step back into downward facing dog. I'll take that same twisty down dog. You might try a different distance this time. So maybe walk your feet either closer or keep them a little bit further back as they go wide. Bend your knees any amount. First, just push through your hands and feet to lengthen your spine. Left hand's going to reach across first. As your left hand catches your right ankle, bend your left elbow and rotate yourself underneath your right armpit. Find a little movement through your head to release your neck. Breath in. And exhale, release your left hand forward and switch sides. Bend your elbow, pull yourself underneath. Think about pressing your breath into the back of your body with an inhale. Maybe twist a little further as you exhale. The right hand releases forward. Step back into your downward facing dog. Full breath through your nose. And open mouth, exhale, let it go. Upper arm bones squeeze to the midline. As you push through your hands again, think about reaching the crown of your head to your fingertips, slight tuck through your chin. We'll inhale our right leg to the sky, 3-legged dog. As you exhale, bend your knee and open your hip. But similar to how we were doing in our tabletop, can we keep our shoulders square and our weight distributed evenly between our hands? Good full in breath here. And exhale, right knee's going towards your left tricep. Shift forward and twist. We'll hold for our inhale and stay for exhale. 3-legged dog, reach your right leg high with your in-breath and step your right foot forward on your out-breath. Good, left palm's going to stay planted this time. Twisting to the right, reach your right hand high. Now just notice how your body feels now. Bring your right hand to your low back, your sacrum, and feel if your left hip is collapsing. Mine definitely is. We're going to start to work to create that squareness to the hips. So super big energy to the left quad. Your right thigh bone is going energetically into your pelvis, but think about kind of rotating right hip, right booty cheek down to the earth. Now from that squareness in your hips, now think about turning your heart to the right. And you might not move as deeply into the twist. It's going to feel maybe a little bit stickier, a little bit more active. Okay, from here we'll reach the right hand high again, breath in. Keeping the twist open arm twisted crescent lunge, we're going to rise up slow and strong. Send your right fingertips back in space, left hand forward. Good, inhale to exalt, reach your left hand to the sky. On your exhale, prayer twist, left elbow to the outside of your right thigh, palms come together. Right? Use your hands as leverage. Think about turning your sternum to your thumbs. With an inhale, bend your left knee down to a hover for 3. Pressing through right heel for 2. Left knee's hovered with 1. Look towards the top of your yoga mat. And as you start to lean into your right foot and lengthen your left leg again, step forward into your prayer twisted chair. Left foot meets your right knee. Good. Hips go nice and square. Chair pose, inhale, reach through your heart and hands. On exhale, airplane your arms beside you and begin to flamingo your right heel up and in. Take a second just to find your steadiness here. And then drive through your left foot, one-legged mountain. Bring your right leg with you as you inhale. Figure 4, right ankle on your left thigh, hands to heart center with your out breath, sinking back into your one-legged chair. Big flex through your right foot. Now from here, we're going to find a twist to the left. So you could stick with the prayer twist like you've been doing and work right elbow to right arch. Now that is a very deep ask of the body. So an alternative is bring your left hand to your left hip. Your right hand's going to grab the arch of your right foot. And also take left hand more to sacrum. So trying to keep the hips as square as possible here, which means for many of us, we need to lift our right hip up. From there, you can use right hand on right arch to twist the heart super slowly to the left side of the room. Maybe keep your gaze out in front of you for stability, or for a challenge, you can rotate your gaze to the left as well. Okay, from here, right peace fingers, so second and third fingers are going to grab your right big toe. As you unwind from the twist, pushing into your left foot, rise up with your right leg. The right knee can be bent as you're holding onto the foot. Try to get really tall through your torso. If you want to, you can extend your right leg forward, breath in. On exhale, we're going to slowly start to release, flying back through our airplane pose. We're going to step through a crescent lunge into warrior two. So as your right toes land, unwind open, Virabhadrasana 2. Okay, inhale to reverse your triangle, lift and lengthen out of your left quad. Exhale, side angle pose. Left forearm to your thigh or left arm on the inside of your left leg. Finding that same rotation of the torso here. Big breath in. And on breath out, swim your right hand overhead through your extended side angle. We're going to circle sweep down, through a wide-legged forward fold. All 10 toes going to the long edge of your yoga mat. Bend your right knee for your side lunge or skandasana, so you're leaning to the back of your yoga mat. And take an inhale. And take an exhale. Now, if you're in skandasana, adjust back into the lateral lunge. So all 4 corners of both feet are grounded. All 10 toes are towards that long right edge of your yoga mat, bent into your right knee. Incorporating our twist, left palm or fingertips to the earth. And turn your torso towards the back of your yoga mat, towards your bent right knee, and reach your right hand high. Press your sitting bones back and pull the crown of your head forward as you inhale. On your exhale, switching sides, bend your left knee and switch out your arms. Right hand to the earth, left hand to the sky. Offer a breath into that sticky mid and upper back space. And as you breathe out, low lunge to the top of your yoga mat. Walk your left foot a little bit wide into your lizard lunge. Right knee can stay lifted or release your right knee to the earth. We're going to start with our palms planted. Draw your left knee into your left upper arm. So instead of letting the left knee splay wide, use your inner thigh strength to press left knee into outer left arm. Engage your core, squeeze to your right glute, maybe hamstring curl right heel to your seat. Get a deep opening through the front of your right hip. Take an inhale. As you exhale, right toes are going to tuck underneath. Lifted lizard lunge, lift your back knee. Hands pressed into the earth. Right knee needs to be bent for this next piece. Figure 4 down dog. Figure 4 left ankle on your right thigh. Again, make sure your right knee has a bend in it as you press your hips up and back. You're pressing left outer ankle into top of right thigh for an inhale. As you exhale, unwinding to a 3-legged dog, left leg to the sky. Squaring up your shoulders, bend your left knee, open your hip, take an inhale. On your out breath, left knee, right tricep, shift forward. Pause, take a full breath in. Push a little stronger through your hands and right toes as you breathe out. Three-legged dog, reach your left leg high with your inhalation and step your left foot forward on your exhalation. Activate your legs, open arm twist, and reach the left hand high. You can use your left hand again at your sacrum to find squareness through your hips. This doesn't have to be perfect, and it will change probably as we find our open arm twist in our high crescent lunge. But just see how that feels to the mid to upper back. And once you have that, re-extend your left hand up high. Begin to push through your feet, engaging your core. Rising up, open arm twist to the left side of the room. High crescent legs rotated towards the left. And we draw the left outer hip to the midline and hug our right hip forward. Pressing down through our left foot, high through right heel, keeping the twist. We inhale to exalt. On your exhale, prayer twist. Right elbow to your outer left thigh, palms come together. With an inhale, bend your right knee to a hover for 3. Core strong for 2. Right knee hovering with 1. We're going to start to lean into our prayer twisted chair without momentum. Lean forward as you straighten right leg again. Pushing through left foot, 1 big step to your prayer twisted chair. Once you find your seat, inhale, chair pose, Utkatasana, unravel and reach. Anchor through the fronts of your feet to draw low belly in. And then airplane your arms beside you. Leaning into right foot, you're going to flamingo your left heel to your seat. Maybe a little shoulder shrug to open your chest. And then root through your right foot and rise to stand with your left leg. Big inhale. We'll exhale to our figure 4, left ankle on right thigh. Hands arriving to heart as you sink back. Now you might choose to stay square here. If you're going for the twist, you could either try to go left elbow to left arch. Again, that's a really deep rotation. Requires a lot of space in both hips and your spine. Or right hand to hip or sacrum as your left hand catches the arch of your left foot. Again, try to keep your left hip lifted, square with your right. So as we lift the left hip up, we're also pressing outer right hip to the midline of the body, and then we twist from there. Now, second and third fingers are going to catch your left big toe. You could also take left hand to the front of your left knee, looking down at the earth in front of you, squaring up, and press through our right foot to rise tall. Start with a bent knee, so again, hand is either to big toe or the front of your left knee. If you want to, for a moment, you can extend your left leg, proud chest as you inhale. Maybe this is without the hand to foot connection. We'll fly back through an airplane pose, slow motion. Give your airplane just 1 big breath. And when you're ready, stepping through your high crescent lunge, unravel to your warrior 2. And right away, we'll reverse our triangle, giving that right leg a little moment as we breathe in. Now feel the length of your right side body. Side angle, breath out. You can choose your depth, elbow to thigh, arm on the inside of your leg, maybe hand to a block. Now drive through the 4 corners of your left foot. Find that little lift through your left arch and extend your side angle from there with an inhale. Circle swooping down through our wide-legged forward fold. All 10 toes turn, bend into your left knee. Side lunge or skandasana. Just give the side lunge or skandasana 1 full breath. Maybe an open mouth exhale, releasing some heat from the body. Finding our lateral lunge, left knee stays bent. Plant your right palm and twist towards the back of the room, left hand going high with your inhale. And then we'll switch. Bend your right knee, switch your arms. Twisting to your bent right knee, right hand reaches high. Good, we'll take a little pivot to the front of our yoga mat. Wander your right foot wide for your lizard lunge. Left knee lowers to the ground. Now, even the lizard lunge, we have the back knee on the earth. This should be really active. So again, you're going to squeeze your right knee into your right upper arm. As you squeeze through both inner thighs, think about hugging right knee in, left hip point to the midline 2. Good. Once you have that, maybe you hamstring curl left hip to seat. Can you squeeze your left glute and find a little push through your hands to help with that tucking of your pelvis? Front left hip receives space for one more inhale. And then as we exhale, starting to transition towards our lifted lizard lunge, tuck your back toes and lift your back knee. And this next piece, you want to make sure the back knee has a bend in it. So figure four down dog, right ankle on left thigh. Make sure there's at least a micro bend in your left knee as you push your hips up and back. Think about pulling left thigh forward to the front of your yoga mat as you press your right shin bone to the back. Take an inhale and an exhale, relaxing and releasing the weight of your skull. Unwind to your three-legged dog, big breath in. Half pigeon, bring your right shin forward as you breathe out. Now in half pigeon, you could always opt for your figure four in a seat or supine. And then today, think about drawing your left thigh bone to the midline of the body. Kick it down through your right shin bone, proud chest, take an inhale. We're gonna fold forward just for like 2 breaths as we exhale. Breath through your nose and out of your mouth. One more time, inhale through your nose. Maybe exhale out of your mouth. Now feel free to linger in your half pigeon. Otherwise, we're going to press up. Hands plant in front of your right shin bone. Tuck your back toes. And as you start to lift your back knee, bring your right knee to your nose, curl in tight. Find your inhale. And exhale, downward facing dog. Right foot meets your left as you press your pelvis to the sky. Inhale your left leg toward the ceiling. Exhale, half pigeon. Left shin comes forward. And settle into your shape. Remember your options for any figure four variation. I like to tuck my back toes and kind of like scooch my right thigh bone into the midline a little bit more. So I'm hugging through my inner thighs. Once I have that, I untuck and I anchor down through my shin bone. So I'm kicking into the earth really strong. Breath in, think up dog through your chest. Breath out, maybe tip forward any amount. Find that inhale through your nose. Maybe an open mouth exhale, letting it go. One more time, big breath in. Shoulders sliding down the back of the body. Maybe open mouth exhale to release. Now feel the space between your shoulders and ears. We want to keep that as we bring our palms to plant in front of a left shin bone. Shoulders out of ears, tuck your right toes and start to lift your right knee, bringing left knee into your nose. Stay for an inhale. Downward facing dog as you exhale. And from here, we're going to breathe in, heels lift high. Exhale, forward fold, bending your knees, step or hop to the top of your yoga mat. Now one last little push here from our forward fold. Take a halfway lift as you breathe in. Chair pose, exhale, bending through your knees, find your strong seat. Reach through your fingertips with an in-breath. Feel your weight in your heels and then press through the fronts of your feet to draw in through your low belly. Airplaning your arms beside you. We're going to lean into left foot. Flamingo, right heel up and in. Good. From here, press back into an airplane pose just for a moment. Try it on. Take your inhale. On exhale, one Shiva squat, bending through your knees. Hands to heart. Maybe your right knee taps the back of your left calf. Good. Inhale, lengthen, airplane. You exhale, bending through both knees, chair pose, hands to heart. And take a breath in. Prayer twist to your left. So turning to the left, right elbow to outer left thigh. We're going to take that same movement from this prayer twisted lunge. So push through your feet, drawing through your low belly, looking at the earth in front of your mat. Flamingo, your right heel up and in. Option just to stay here for a breath, or inhale, airplane your right leg back, core is strong. 3, 2, 1, exhale, tap right knee in for a little Shiva squat moment. Inhale, airplane right leg back. As you exhale, bring your right foot to meet your left. Unravel, we're gonna rise all the way to stand Urdhva Hastasana, big breath in, I know that was a lot. Exhale, maybe through goddess arms. Inhale, reach tall. Exhale, soft knees, forward fold. Before we take second side, second and third fingers are going to catch your big toes. Knees can be bent. Just inhale, pull your spine long, shoulders out of ears. On exhale, pull your elbows wide and pull your torso to your thighs. One more breath to the back of the heart space. And as you breathe out, start to soften and release the grip. Chair pose, hips sink. This doesn't have to be your deepest chair pose, yeah? Just a chair pose to activate the legs. Airplaning your arms, your right foot's going to stay on the earth, and you're going to flamingo left heel up and in. Press into your airplane pose with your inhale. Now, if this is working well for your body, you can always come back to this instead of the prayer twisted chair variation. Maybe 1 Shiva squat, core is strong. Think about recruiting your right leg to re-extend to your airplane. Bending both knees, chair pose, hands to heart. Take your inhale. Prayer twist to the right as you exhale. You can always stay here and breathe. Or you're going to shift into your right foot and flamingo left heel to your seat, looking at the earth for stability. Maybe 1 time inhale, airplane left leg back. Maybe 1 time exhale, little Shiva squat, left knee taps in. Breathing in, maybe lengthen left leg. Exhale, use your core to place your left foot to the top of your mat. Pushing through your feet, rise through your chair pose at center, reach up high with your inhale. Right away, forward fold this time as you exhale. So 2, plant your left fingertips to the earth beneath your face. And bend into our left knee and twist open to the right. As your left knee bends, maybe your right leg extends, take an inhale. Pull your left thigh bone, your left hip crease back in space. Exhale, bend both knees to switch to second side. Right hand to the earth. As you bend your right knee, peel open to the left. And can you pull your right hip crease back in space so you're still squaring the hips? Big twist to the upper back, breath in. Bend both your knees, release to center, breath out. And inhale to 1 final halfway lift. And exhale to bend your knees and have a seat. And extending both of your legs out in front of you. Flex your toes towards you. Inhale, reach up tall. As you exhale, think about pulling your thigh bones to the back of your yoga mat and then fold forward for a breath. Paschimottanasana. Inhale to the back of your body. As you exhale, maybe go a little bit deeper if that's available. If you want to stay in this forward fold a little bit longer, please take your time. Otherwise, inhale, rise up, reach up. And on your exhale, you're going to use the strength of your core to slow motion roll down to the earth. Drawing into your front body, hands can reach forward as your counterbalance for support. Then extend into your full body stretch as you arrive to the earth. Take a deep inhale in, feel the ground beneath you. And open mouth exhale, maybe sink a little bit deeper down into the earth. And from here, bend both your knees to set up for your bridge pose. As you root through your feet, take a deep in-breath. Using your out-breath, root through your feet to lift your hips to the sky. Create that space between shoulders and ears. Strong press down into the earth. 3 Ujjayi breaths in and out of your nose. Feeling the fronts of your hips open as your back body strengthens. One more full breath here. Your last in-breath, maybe you can press a little bit higher. And as you exhale, lower your hips down to the ground. Draw your right knee into your body when you're moving pose. As you catch your right shin bone, extend your left leg long. Take an inhale. Supine twist as you exhale, pass your right knee across your body. And anchor your right shoulder back to the earth. You could also extend your right leg here to find a little bit more depth in your twist, but also more of that outer hip and IT band length. Getting into your hamstring a little bit more. Maybe rotate your gaze, or at least your chin, to the right. Feeling that rotation travel up the entire length of your spine. Now, if you have your right leg extended, start to bend your right knee. We're going to start to unwind into a supine tree. So once your right knee is bent from your twist, just allow your right knee to spill open into like a butterfly leg. Your right foot does not need to touch the inside of your left leg. It does not need to have contact. It's really unexact. And then just let yourself land into that gentle hip opening for your right side. Send a deep breath down into your belly. As you exhale, just see where you could soften. Maybe let the back of your heart get a little heavier. Perhaps you release and relax your jaw and the space between your eyebrows and across your forehead. Ease in the areas around your eyes and along your cheekbone. Take one more breath in. As you breathe out, start to lengthen your right leg forward. When you're moving pose, left knee pulls into your body this time. Find your in-breath and use your out-breath to twist. Try to maintain contact between left shoulder and the earth, even if that means your left knee is a little bit higher, or maybe your twist isn't quite as deep. And you can stay here. You can find some extension through your left leg if that's interesting to you. Think about reaching your left sitting bone, so the head of your thigh bone, your femur bone, forward to the front of your yoga mat. It's as if you're reaching like the base of your left booty cheek down to your right foot. And find a big breath in. If you had your left leg extended as you exhale, at your left knee bent, and slowly unwind into your supine tree. Again, just letting your left knee spill open to wherever it lands. Get heavy through your bones as you take a breath in. Releasing any unnecessary tension from the body as you breathe out. Once more like that, inhale deeply. Just being patient with the exhale, empty out completely. Slowly start to gather both your knees into your chest, pull your thighs in close. Maybe take a moment in happy baby, or you could also go towards your butterfly if you prefer Supta Baddha Konasana. Increase the space between your shoulders and your ears, finding length through your neck. And think about the active reach of your sitting bones forward as you take another breath in. Your exhale, and checking in to see if there are any final shapes or movements that your body is craving this morning. Feeling free to add that in on your way to Shavasana. Otherwise, if you feel complete, just inviting your arms and your legs to release out across the earth. Taking up space as you settle into these last few minutes of rest. Eyes can start to soften shut. Just drawing our attention, our awareness inward to that inner landscape of thought and feeling. this inner environment of emotion and thought that has great impact on our experience in each and every moment of every day. Acknowledging the impact of our thoughts and our perceptions, our beliefs on the reality of our experience, the reality that is created from that unique pattern of thought and feeling. It has been created over time from our experiences. After rooting and rinsing and twisting, just leaning back in the awareness, reminding ourselves of the question that we can use as a tool of, is it true? Is that true? So after we move and after we breathe and we feel that heightened awareness, can lean back and just pose that inquiry of, is it true? And over time, that tool of, is it true, travels with us into different moments of our day. You can start to edit and revise the beliefs that maybe have become really deeply grooved neural pathways and patterns in our minds. Letting go of the ones that no longer serve us, that maybe kept us safe at one point, but we're ready to release. Maybe take just one more minute here and to observe the thoughts, the stream of consciousness. While you maintain that mindful observation, can you also feel the earth beneath you? Anchoring yourself and rooting yourself in sensation. Grounding yourself through your physical body and the contact between your body and the earth. And send a deep breath down through your body. When you're ready, open your mouth and sigh that exhale out, let it go. Either staying exactly as you are or making the conscious choice to bring your hands to heart center as we close practice. We take a moment to pause in gratitude for this practice that helps us to be curious and gives us power in shaping the reality and our experience that we travel through this world with. Through mindfulness and through intention, through our bodies and through our breath. And so with gratitude and appreciation, let's take a deep inhale in all together once more. When you're ready, collective open mouth exhale, release. And may yoga offer us a path to compassion. And may our practices serve as our teachers, always guiding us to live with greater authenticity and to love more deeply each and every day. Thanks so much, and namaste.